Wandering Night, a low-vision view of the world. 3 days, 2 nights, sea kayaking the San Juan Islands. We're on the southwestern portion of San Juan Island. One of 172 named islands, but there's several hundred more unnamed islets and reefs. The fog is cleared out. And it should be a nice morning for our group of 4 people and 1 guy to start our kayak adventure. Alright, plenty of driftwood on this beach. And a little fire ring that someone was using maybe last night or this morning, and they didn't really put it out all the way, so we did. Here's our group. Rebecca, Judy, Jonathan, and our guide Adam. Our trip will start here and end here at South Beach. We base camp on the other side of the island in Griffin Bay. The sea kayaks are a little more than 15 feet long. 2 doubles and a single, with more or less space to store all of our food and meals. Obviously includes shelters, sleeping bags, and other essential bits.
Fancy meeting you here.
Hi, we haven't been on this side.
Smile for the camera.
Smile.
Smile for the camera.
No.
The San Juans were glacially carved valleys, so like Harrow Strait, which is this body of water to our left, but I think the rocks were volcanic in nature. So.
The Azores, we were there 2.5 weeks ago.
Whoa! You're doing some fun traveling.
We tried. We were in New Zealand in January.
Whoa! I want to go to New Zealand. That would be awesome.
We are heading back now from whence we came, and we came out here because we had to wait for a slack tide to come again, so that when we paddle to where we're going, when you're passing between a couple islands and there's a constriction there, it makes it harder to paddle when the tide is going against you. So now we're going back that way because the tide won't be as against us. It won't show up in the video, but in that mass of trees there's a little white spot, which is the head of a bald eagle. Adam and Mom and Rebecca have gone in a little closer, maybe to get a better look. Maybe somebody will actually get a picture. It's turned out to be a nice morning. Much bluer.
Y'all want to try and go find a minke?
Let's do it.
Well, how far out are we going from Minky? Where are we going?
I think we're going to be going out near that whaleboat.
That's a long ways away.
That's true.
But you might never see another whale.
By the time we get there, whale's not going to hang around for us.
You don't know that.
There, but
So you see these like group of 2 or 3 boats?
Yeah.
You can get somewhere over there.
Yeah. Okay.
How are we doing?
We're on a quest
We are on a quest.
for a minke whale. And along with us out here are a bunch of birds. Whoop, they just totally went silent. Well, somewhere out here, there may well still be a minke whale, but we have not found it. Our first quest has come to naught. We're heading in towards a lighthouse that may or may not be in view. A lot of birds out here. I think a variety of different species. Also a lot of boats and planes. It's surprisingly loud. So our quest, which took us about 2.5 kilometers out, didn't work out. Now we're paddling back towards the lighthouse at Cattle Point. According to Adam, the reason large toothed whales like orca have been very hard to find this year is because the salmon are running in different locations. This also affects minke whale too, I believe.
My rear end is killing me.
I know you should put on a glove.
I didn't like them.
Perhaps I'm looking at the right place in the right general area. There should be a bald eagle up in there.
13 kilometers.
Trip, I ran a GPS track. You just heard how far we've come so far today. We'd end up going just over 19 kilometers. This mid-afternoon stop at the American camp was a real treat, in part because of the bald eagle. This is bull kelp. Can grow up to 200 feet long. It's edible. The smaller ones are tastier, apparently. We're heading to a point out there in the distance somewhere, maybe beyond that point. We should get there in a little less than an hour to our campsite. As you can see, some of this bull kelp is really quite large. This is our campsite, folks. Adam's been cooking up a storm for the last 40 minutes.
Heck yeah.
Soaking wet. Put yours over here.
Nothing but delicious, man.
My little Mountain Smith double, Mom and Dad's.
Mount Baker should be right across.
Mountain Smith double. And over here is Rebecca's. It's a nice campsite. Although I've never had to walk so far to use a privy. 280 yards away. That is Mount Baker, I believe, in the background. Not quite 40 miles away and over 10,000 feet tall. Making the long trek back to our campsite. The sun has been up for a couple of hours now. It's a glorious morning. There are perhaps half a dozen campsites in this area of Griffin Bay.
Is there an animal rescue you call or something like that?
Yeah, we can go all stranding network. I don't know if I get cell service right.
Perhaps abandoned by its mama. We're on a little isthmus of Long Island. We had lunch on this little rocky isthmus. While sunny, it wasn't the most comfortable spot. Not too far away, we found a baby harbor seal that appeared to be wounded. Soon we're going to get back in our boats, head back out that way, back towards Lopez Island, then across to, I believe it's called Davy Point, and back to our campsite, which is from here, maybe about 9 kilometers away. We've seen a lot of harbor seals this morning. Seen and heard some bald eagles, black oyster catcher, gulls, of course. We found a wonderful beach on Lopez Island to take an hour-long break mid-afternoon. Today, we would also paddle just over 19 kilometers.
Got it?
I hope so.
You guys want to take a shot around the fire? How about the three of you guys?
I don't look too good against fire.
American camp is at the lighthouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking we eat lunch up there tomorrow.
The tides too.
Yeah.
Are we going to be fighting it?
No.
Good.
It'll be glorious.
We'll see.
9:15 departure.
You had to
Like
get
a
up
7
earlier.
a.m. wake up.
What time?
7 a.m.
Well, yeah, we'll.
You two will be up.
Yeah, we will.
He'll probably be up too.
I won't be up. I will have to.
Mom, Dad, and I were up well before 7, and Rebecca was only a little tardy. We got on the water a little before 9:30 on a cloudy morning, but still a wonderful one. The currents and tides, especially the tides, affect everything we do. We chose our breaks based on the tides. Today's break would be at the American camp. We would have lunch. We would paddle today about 10 kilometers, making a total of just over 48 kilometers for the entire trip. We came from down that way.
Yeah, I know. I almost thought about taking a little shower.
Yeah, we came from down that way, around that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a view from Cattle Point, which used to have a naval radio station that was primarily meant to help sailors get through the Straits of Juan de Fuca. Sailors would call in requesting their true bearing, and using radio direction finding, radio men could locate where the ships were and give them a bearing. We're going to be heading in these directions you're looking at. Somewhere not visible from here is a lighthouse, so we could see when we were figured out at sea, but can't see it now. This is part of the American camp, this beach. But I'm going to think of it as Eagle Beach because when we got here, the bald eagle was in those trees again, and it might be there now. I heard it call when we arrived. I'm not going to walk over there now to see if it's there, but it was seen earlier. 4 miles, could be even a little bit less from here to South Beach. This is a very nice spot here at Cattle Point. Well, the beach of Cattle Point. The clouds have cleared away. And this will be our last little stretch of paddling. Out there you can see some of the places we've been. Goose Island and Long Island are out that way. We landed at Long Island yesterday. Our last few miles of paddling had a little extra excitement. Seas were running between a foot and a foot and a half, sometimes breaking across the bows of our boats. Kelp beds at Cattle Point Lighthouse.
I'm the only one.
taking our photos, Kennel?
Video.
Video.
Good.
Lighthouse Kenneth around to the back.
Sea Quest Kayak Expeditions did a wonderful job for us on this 3-day and 2-night trip. Adam was our guide. The trip participants were me, Judy, Jonathan, and Rebecca.